GDPR is going to come into effect May 29th of 2018. Basically, it's going to change how we store, transact, and decision against data of any data subjects, also called people, who are in Europe, as well as any Europeans who are in other parts of the world. So it's been a very interesting conversation and investigation that we've had. And we're kind of looking at it from two phases. We see GDPR being the first beachhead in May, and there's going to be a separate new initiative called e-privacy coming in the second half of the year. So SpotX has put together a cross-functional team, product, legal, biz operations, as well as ad ops. And it's been interesting for us. GDPR and its main tenets really changes the way that we view personal data. In general, PII was, personally identifiable things, your email address, the address of your home. But under GDPR, the concept of PII now is basically anything about you that I can use to single you out of an audience in a given room. So where you work, your gender, and your birthday is now considered PII. Your cookie ID that was usually anonymized is now a piece of PII. Any identifier coming from your device is PII. So kind of how we look at the ad tech ecosystem, how we transact, how we make decisions is going to be very, very different in a post-GDPR world.
So you guys are set. What about the exchanges, the DSPs, and others in the whole ecosystem? How much of a priority is it for your partners to be compliant, and are they, and sort of what's that integrated roadmap look like?
Well, I forget the numbers, but the financial penalties is something to the effect of 4% of your gross revenue as a company at a minimum. So the penalties for non-compliance are pretty significant. I think the biggest thing that's changing for us is, specifically looking at SpotX and by some extension probably DSPs and buyers as well, is the current interpretation of the regulation is that the publisher is the controller of the data, and their responsibility is to get the explicit consent from a consumer. Now what's different is, hey, if you don't want to accept cookies, you can't visit my website. That's how the European privacy laws work today. In a GDPR world, you can't have any penalties, you can't pressure users into consenting. So if they say, hey, no, I want to view this website, I want to watch your content, but you can't cookie me, you can't track me, then it's the responsibility of the publisher to kind of pass that signal back to SpotX, and we will communicate that with our buying friends in the ad tech ecosystem. So that's the biggest first thing, just this concept of consent. Other than that, things could either be very different or they could be the same of how they are today. By defining the publisher as the controller of information, SpotX and any buyers really under the guise of just legitimate business interest, we're allowed to make decisions based upon that data, provided consent is given.
Cool. And have any predictions about how things will be next June or the following year after the regulations are in place?
I think things will change. I think GDPR is it's somewhat generic compared to e-privacy, which is much more specific. What I'm just curious to see is, I believe that GDPR was really built in a way to protect, personal information, banking, health, medical records, things of that sort. It wasn't really meant to wreak havoc in the ad tech ecosystem. It was also meant as a way to level the playing field between all companies and how they process customers' data. So I think while they intended to prohibit walled gardens and protect customers, I think they might see some unintended consequences around that.